All right, cool. Just checking in. What's up, Gabriel? Let's see. How would this even do on StreamYard? How would this even do? We got five people, six. Golly. Let's get to let's get to 500 likes, y'all. Get to 500 likes. You usually open. Yeah, usually I open with that, and normal people get hateful. Huh? You're a good man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's weird. You are nowhere. Oh, we got trolls at 2 a.m. We got trolls at 2 a.m. I thought y'all was all asleep. I thought all the trolls was asleep. Not today or any other way. What's up, vegan? How insulting? Who am I insulting? What's up? Thank you for the follow, Irod. What's up, Christy? How you doing? I'm not a Native American. Never said that. What should we talk about? I don't know. I'm just checking in, see what's going on. It's pretty late, so see how everybody else. Okay, American Indian. My apologies. Hey, how you doing, Hula? Greetings, greetings. Currently out of town. It's late. It's almost 2 a.m. on the East Coast. So who are Columbus County? So those who encountered Columbus were black in 1492. Good hearted man. Good night. Good night. Uh, I mean, technically they weren't black, right? Because that didn't exist. That socialist construct didn't exist in 1492. So, but they called them Negroes. The Spanish called the Indians in South in the Carolinas Negroes and Virginia Negroes. But why would they want to? What would be what we now consider African descent? Would they be what we now black or of African descent? Does black mean African descent? Thanks for the laugh. Pretendian, no. Pretendians. What's up, James? I mean, y'all can come up if y'all want. It's an open panel. Just kidding. All right. Are you trying to learn the indigenous worldviews? What do you mean by that? I mean, I use Ancestry every day, do my genealogy. What indigenous worldviews? Trojan, let me take care of you, StreamYard, real quick. Are we good on? Are we good on StreamYard? Southern Andes. What's up? What's up, Lavu? Lavuv. Lavuv. Man. We got damn, I'm gonna plug my laptop up soon. But luckily I have my charger, right? I hope I got my charger. I hope I have my charger, right? That would suck. I have my charger. Oh man. Yo.
I'll be with you in a second.
I'm glitching a little bit. Well, I'm not home, so the Wi-Fi may be a little shaky because I'm not home. I am not home. Glitching a little. My family too, and we still have acres in Arkansas, in Oklahoma. There you go. All right. We winkintesh, wincontesh. We wincontesh. We wincontesh. All right. Cool. How many you got in the stream? You got 82. What's up, Divine? Yay. Thank you for the likes. Let's get up to 10,000 likes. Let's get up to 10,000 likes on a late night stream. A late night stream. Friday morning on the East Coast. It's Friday morning on the East Coast. It's Friday everywhere. We got the goddamn West Coast for sure. Pacific time, y'all straggling along on the Pacific coast. Y'all straggling along. Y'all still on Thursday. What's up, Frenchie? What's up, Frenchie? Goddamn, we got a lot of regulars that's up late. What y'all doing up so late? Huh? Y'all ain't got to work nowhere tomorrow? Study law, bro. Ooh, for what? What laws I got to study? What laws I got to study? All right, if you got more up in here.
So, aren't a lot of you Aboriginals? Y'all claim Moorish heritage too. Y'all say like everybody's a Moor.
When did I say that, Mama?
So you just like saying, "Hey, I'm pure Indian," even though you don't got, none of the Indians had curly hair or anything like that.
Why would Indians say that?
You said what? Can you hear me? You sound distant. No, the car is not the car. I just heard you loud and clear. That's what I'm saying. So, do you hear me? So the Indians, Christopher Columbus, he described them. He said they had hair like horses, horse hair or whatever, right? You would never see a real pure blooded Indian with with curly hair. Verrazano described him like that too. But y'all run from Christopher Columbus, which is a primary source, and y'all always want to jump to Verrazano for some reason.
Where's the original document for Christopher Columbus?
Well, this is what when he was writing back to the Queen and them in Spain, Queen Isabella.
Portuguese.
See, they're saying they can't hear you. Everybody's saying they can't hear you.
I was saying, was it? Spanish or Portuguese?
It would be well, he was in what's Portuguese? Would it be in Portuguese? I think it would be in Portuguese.
Yeah, where's the original letter spoken in Portuguese?
Well, it's a book. They translated everything to English. Like, you can look for that.
No, I want the original.
You want the original? Can you speak Spanish or Portuguese?
I can read it.
So you're Latino?
I'm not Latino. I don't need to be Latino to read a language.
So you were able to, you took some classes in college and got this information, huh?
No, I can read Spanish. It's not hard to read.
So Google Translate. You just go to Google Translate and do that.
No, I mean, yeah. Well, where's the original copy at of Columbus's journals?
Well, they translated. It's a bunch of translations.
Who translated it? Where's the original?
Anthropologists and different people, they translated this stuff.
Who is they?
That's how we got a lot of stuff. Like, you're not going to have Verrazano stuff in English if it wasn't translated.
For sure. All right,
right?
Cool.
You know, I'm just trying to enlighten you, brother. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Did Columbus come to the United States at all?
No, he came to North America, but not the United States.
Okay, cool. What about the people that describe the United States Indians? What about John Smith?
Yeah, they described them like the rest of the Native Americans.
No, they didn't. John Smith did not say that. What about William Byrd?
William Byrd, they described them the same way like the rest of the Native Americans.
No, they didn't. William Byrd said the Virginia Indians were of dark mahogany color.
Yeah, I know some in Michigan that's like that. I met a Native American in Michigan that was a dark mahogany color.
Yeah, he's stumbling. Okay.
No,
cool.
no. I physically met an Indian. He phenotypically everything. He didn't resemble us at all.
Okay, what about William Penn? How you describe the Indians?
I'm telling you, I seen one. I'm a source.
I've seen them too. I go to powwows. Have you ever been to a powwow?
Yeah, I've been to one here in what is that? Harson's Island, up here in Michigan.
Up here in Michigan. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Now, what about William
Penn?
Penn?
The powwows y'all got down there, those are all admixed people. It's white. Okay. It's white Indians and black Indians and all that. They're all admixture. You know, that's why Walter Plecker wanted to make that separation with you guys to like, hey, stop taking these black people in or whatever. You know.
Well, why would they stop? What about the Thomasine Jordan Act where they classified all non-reservation Indians as Negro?
Yeah, that was in Virginia.
Yeah, all non-reservation Indians as Negro. So if they weren't on the reservation, no matter what they looked like, they were classified as Negro.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I gotta make a call real quick. I'm about to jump right back. I'm here. I'm staying here, but I'm about to make this call. I ain't going nowhere, Darby. I'm here. I would suggest.
Yeah, you've been stuttering. You've been stuttering the whole time you've been speaking.
You've been on the Egyptian thing first, and I'm gonna say, just go back there, brother. You know what I'm saying? This is African.
What about Egypt?
Oh, Asar is the black one. Asar was African. He wasn't Indian. You know, stick with that, man.
You stick.
We know this.
What African can you tie yourself back to, Leroy?
Ibn Ibrahim Suri.
What year he get to America?
Late 1700s. He was kidnapped. He was kidnapped in a war that he was supposed to go quell in West Africa, and he ended up getting sold to America through the Mississippi River to Natchez, Mississippi, where they bought him.
What port?
And he was on the Foster plantation.
What port?
Well, they came through Mississippi. They came through Mississippi River at the Gulf.
At the Gulf.
New Orleans was a port.
They would have to come through Louisiana.
Yeah.
To get to Natchez, Mississippi. So
exactly.
What manifest? What ship he get off of?
I'll give it to you. So I'm about to pull all that up. I'm about to make this phone call real quick because I gotta.
He about to pull all that. All right. I better see the sources when you come back. I better see all of the sources.
So if somebody say, make up your minds why it's always West Africa, because that's where they took people from. Like, that don't make sense. Why is it always West Africa? West Africa is directly across from the Americas, so that's why it's West Africa.
They never traveled directly across the Americas.
If you actually study, you'll learn that part of Africa is actually connected to
Yeah, 153 million years ago.
You can walk. No, it's still connected. You can walk from here to Africa. It may take you a while, but you can do so.
Sir, are you going to film
across the Atlantic?
I want him to show me him walking to somebody echoing, bro.
Do some work and study, bro. Like the other person.
No, not study. I want to see you walk to Africa.
I want to see that shit too.
All right, now I'm gonna get I can't walk from here to the gas station across the street because I'm stage 5 kidney failure fighting sickle cell. The actual reason I got up here, right, was because I have a question due to the fact that everybody always jumps to the conclusion about these people that they call Indian. If those people who they call Indian were the original people of this land, right? Why is there no proof of them ever having a government, bro?
What about what government you want to say? You want to go to the Iroquois?
The original republic.
Yeah. You want to go to the Iroquois?
That look like us.
Okay, cool. You ever heard about the Iroquois Confederation?
People who look like us.
No, yeah, the Iroquois look like us. The Haudenosaunee look like us.
Any structure for this land that
have you ever heard? I just asked you a question. Have you ever heard of the Iroquois Confederation?
Yes, that's what I'm bringing up.
One second. Where do you get the Constitution from?
You said the Constitution?
Yes.
I believe it's from an original document dealing with the Iroquois.
Yes, yeah, the Great Laws of Peace.
Yeah. I'm not coming up here for your net. I'm not coming up here for your net.
That's a form of government. I was about to say that's a form of government. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm not coming up here about your net. I'm not saying you're wrong whatsoever. I'm wondering why there's so many people in the comments trying to disrespect you, and why bro come up here talking about everybody got to be African just because he found African descendants.
All right.
So that's what my major question was. If those people, the same people that Trump said don't look like the Indians he were taught was Indians, right, was the original rulers of this land, why did they never have an actual form of government that's documented in any records? I have yet to find it. And if anybody out there has found one, please correct me. I'm not the type of person to get upset about being wrong. I will look into the information. And then you say, so the Aztecs and Mayans didn't have a form of government. Look at the wall. Who was the government? People who look like us, carrying y'all across the fucking land by y'all ponytails. That's not a good one, Gunna.
What's up, I ain't trying to be loud in this damn Airbnb. I don't want niggas hear me and shit. Straight up busted.
Too loud.
Nah, they can't hear you because I got headphones on.
Okay. But yeah, that's my question right there, bro. If you look at the original form of the republic, they look like us.
It's real nigga hours. It's real niggas out here, you know.
Bringing up Aztecs and the Mayans, when you look at the walls and look at the governmental structure, who's at the top and who's at the bottom? People with dreads, fronts in their mouth, crowns and things, that's dark skin.
So she said
you even got pictures of dark-skinned people that's looking 7 feet, holding people by their ponytail that look like the so-called people today that consider themselves Indian.
Yeah, we heard it. Russell mean. What you mean? How about you come up here? Why is a foreigner in our conversation anyway?
Hold on. This brother keep talking about dreads and all that. I got pictures of Native Americans with dreads from like the 1800s or whatever, early 1900s.
The paintings that I'm talking about are clearly the Native Americans being enslaved. So stop it,
sir. I got pictures.
You've never seen.
I have the pictures.
Look like us. I'm talking about the walls.
No, they're not gonna look like you because you're not Native American.
The Mayan walls. I'm talking about was painted on.
Okay, I got Mayan pictures. I got pictures of Mayans right now, and I'll show you. They don't look like you.
Show them, and I'm willing to bet it's the people that they talk about today.
No, you're not going to agree. They still speak the language down there.
Right now in office is saying, aren't the Indians that he was even talking about?
Sir, I'm not a Trumpster, so I don't go by a lot of the misinformation. He said people was eating dogs and cats in Ohio. A lot of this, this
Leroy?
fake stuff.
So,
Yeah, I voted. I didn't want to, but I voted for Kamala.
That stops his
you're right.
from being able to lawfully get people off their land using laws and legislation, bro. I'm not gonna let your negativity and stupidity bring my IQ down, bro.
No, you can't just go and say people got dreads. Like we weren't
But I
wearing
can't
dreads.
step in the court and say the same shit. I can show you legal documents that I went in court and got cases dismissed because I proved who the fuck I am, bro. I don't argue with stupidity and allow it to bring my IQ down, bro. So I came up here and asked the question that I wanted to ask. And if you're going to keep arguing with him, ask him to prove that those people that he is about to attempt to pull up had a form of structured government.
Okay, he said he put the same 3 people. God,
That's all. Yeah, that's all he's gonna do. He's gonna pull up some people that he found. Because the other thing that I'm gonna say, bro, I was born in 1992, right? So in elementary school, up to about middle school, 4th to about 6th grade, I remember them even saying that the Mayans fucking disappeared. There was no people there. Why is everybody popping up now? I'm Mayan, I'm Aztec, I'm this, I'm that. And look, Mexican.
Because you went by a movie. The people live down there. Have you been to that place?
Stop. Would you stop?
Have you been there?
Stop. Hey, bro, like I told you, I asked my question, yo. I'm gonna follow you. I appreciate you doing. I can't do negativity and stupidity, bro. I don't do that arguing shit over dumb shit.
That's not negativity. When we challenge you in this information, you got to be able to pull up your source, bro.
I went through law. Okay, this is how I'm gonna put this. This is what I'm gonna say before I leave, right? I've stepped foot in up to 7 different courts and prove this shit in a court of law, bro. I'm not arguing with you. You're not a judge. You're not a prosecutor. You can't.
What did you prove?
My life better, bro. Everything.
You went and took the judge and said, "Oh, the Mayans are black."
I've proven in court. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you, bro.
So I'm asking, what did you prove in court? Did you go to court and say the Mayans are black?
I argue with attorney generals. I argue that this is my fucking land and I'm the descendant of the original people, and put it on record.
Oh, lit as hell. God damn, y'all lit as hell.
My shit can be looked up right fucking now.
No, because everybody I talk to, when I ask them to show these things, and they start getting loud and they want to run from the questions and make this stuff up, man.
Bottom line,
just show your
there is no
information.
shame in it. Bottom line, there is no shame in it.
For one, whoever
descendants
that is,
of
I'm sorry to cut you off. For one, you can't dumbass, because if you do, they're gonna block you.
Hold on, where you from? Hold on, one second. Where you from? Where you from? Whoever's talking,
I'm of Moroccan descent.
What you got to do with this conversation? What you got to do with this conversation? What you got to do with this conversation?
Huh?
What do you have to do with this conversation?
What I got to do is just baffling, bizarre.
What they got to do? Are you in Morocco? Hold on, 1 second.
Indians?
Okay,
there is no shame.
Hold on, 1 second. 1 second. Are you in Morocco right now? Are you in Morocco right now?
No, I'm in the U.S.
Why? Okay, so why are you talking shit about the U.S. people in the U.S. when you not even home?
What do you mean? I'm talking shit about the U.S.
You trying to talk shit?
I can't talk shit about the U.S.
Hold on. You trying to disrespect people that's from the U.S. and you're not even home. Why aren't you home?
I'm not even understanding your point.
Why aren't you home? Why aren't you home?
You in our home right now.
You're not home. You're not in Morocco.
Yes, I am.
Why'd you say he was in the U.S.? Why are you lying to me?
I'm in my home.
No, he's a real Moor. He's a real Moor.
A real Moor that's not in Morocco.
He's a real Moor.
A real Moor that's not in Morocco.
This is bizarre. Yeah, I am from Morocco, ethnically, born in France.
Born in
and
France.
American at the same time.
No, you're not. You're not American.
From a lot of different
you're not American.
Well, I'll say he does. He does speak English.
He's not. You're not American. You're not American.
Whether you like it or not, you look like an African.
Hold on, 1 second.
An African, and you descend from Africans.
All right. When
I know it might be shameful for you.
One second.
The history of the US is very shameful.
1
is
second.
very
1 second.
embarrassing the history of the US.
I got a
I know it
question
might
for
be
you.
shameful to you that you made up an alternate history in your mind that is not even based on anything remotely close to reality. But whatever, I mean, you can go on with your trip.
All right, like
I'm just scared
answer
to
my
tell
question.
you,
Okay, answer my
because
question.
it's just so
All right,
baffling.
you're just babbling right now. All right, answer my question. When did
I'm just telling you the
what
truth.
year? Hold on. What year did Africans get to Virginia?
Oh, don't know, but I'm pretty sure they got there in the 1600s.
If you don't know, then why the fuck are you speaking on United States
Oh,
history?
gotcha. You don't know what year.
I know what year. They got there 1619. Now what?
Isn't that what I told you?
Why-
Sometimes in the 1600s. That doesn't make you
No,
an US African,
so why
buddy.
why did you know the day?
Whether I know the exact
hold
year
on.
or not.
Yeah, if you know the history, then why? Then if that we're supposed to be descended from these people, why don't you know the year they got here?
Oh, so now somehow the argument of me not knowing the year.
Yeah,
somehow
because you don't
doesn't
know.
make you African. It
Okay,
doesn't make you African.
no,
You're
because you don't. You're
descendant of
making
African,
you're making the
buddy.
argument that you have know nothing about.
Are you that deluded in your brain?
I'm not deluded at all. You're making the argument that
Have you
don't even
taken a
know.
DNA test?
Have
to
you taken the
confirm?
DNA? Have you taken the DNA test?
I have actually.
Name the oldest ancestor you found with a DNA
And
test.
have you taken a DNA test yourself so
Name-
you can
name
stop
the-
being deluded in your
Name-
mind?
Hold on. Since you're recommending the DNA test, name the oldest ancestor you found with a DNA test.
Davido,
You mean what?
Ostis.
You barely
Brother,
make sense, I
you're
swear.
the host. Can I
Name
take
the
over on
oldest
this?
ancestor I've
So I can
found
check
in
this
the
board.
truly
You
the
found-
American education system
Can I check him?
is like
No, no. One second.
It's
1 second.
a clown show. I mean,
No,
what do you guys
name
learn
the
at
oldest.
school?
Give me a first and last name of your oldest ancestor right now. What year were they born?
I have no clue what my, who
All right,
my
then get
oldest
the-
ancestor
get-
is.
Get the fuck off my stage. Why do y'all waste my time? Why do y'all waste my time? What's up, Crystal? What's up, Lene? You know.
That brother was dropping information, man.
No, he wasn't. Name the oldest ancestor you found with a DNA test, Leroy.
Ibn Ibrahim Suri. I found a bunch of white
What year-
folks too because of the slaves.
Yeah.
So-
what year was he born?
Older than him.
What year was he born?
What he was born? Well, he was born in the 1700s, during like towards the late 1700s.
Like, and what
But
year?
towards like mid to late.
What year he get to the United States?
This was like 1780s or something like that.
1780s.
I gotta go look at it. Yeah, I gotta go look at it exactly.
Why don't y'all know this shit off rip?
I mean, I know that he exists, and we know that he exists in our family.
What plantation was he on again?
The Foster Plantation
And where?
in
Mississippi.
Mississippi,
What county?
around like Natchez, around Natchez.
Foster Plantation. All right, cool. Foster Plantation. Plantation, Natchez, Mississippi. What's up, BCU? Don? Shout out to BCU. James Foster, right? James Foster's house. Tom Foster. Oh, okay. Okay, so he's up in the story, right? James Foster's brother Tom was a slave owner and is remembered for his purchasing of Abdul Rahman Ibrahim, a prince from Africa. Let's see if we can find him on WikiTree. Auction block, a prince on a plantation from Africa. All right, let's see the sources. Mississippi State Archives, right? Let's go on to Mississippi State Archives, family search. South Carolina, oh, that's for him, right? Where's his bill of sale at? Early life. So the son of a Moorish. Oh, so he's a Moor. He's a goddamn Spaniard. All right, Fulani.
He's not a Spaniard.
Oh, he's a goddamn Fulani. Oh, he's a Fulani. Oh,
Yes.
buddy. Oh, buddy.
I
not
come
even from Africa.
I come from royalty.
He's not even
Fulanis
from Africa.
they're from
They got
the Futenjalan region, sir.
They got West African. They got West Asian DNA. Where's grandson at? with a Moorish wife. Hello? Oh boy, he was the son 17 in Timbuktu. He was
Yeah,
born in Timbuktu.
I'm a real Moor. I'm a real Moor.
He was born in you a goddamn Arab.
Ottoman.
Goddamn Ottoman Turk. Get the fuck.
An Ottoman Turk. The Fulanis are not indigenous to Turkey.
He's a goddamn Ottoman Turk. Got you.
Ottoman Turk.
Hey yo, he spoke.
I don't speak Turkish language.
He spoke Fula, Bambara, Mandinka. Mandinka come from Arabia, in addition to Arabic.
Mandinka, no, they're indigenous. They're indigenous to Mauritania and Mali. That's their indigenous lands.
No, it's not. They elders talking
Unlike
about
you
coming
guys
from
being indigenous to America. Hold on, give me one second. I gotta step down.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll pull a video. They elders say that they from Arabia. This man a goddamn Arab. That's why he got an Arabic name. What? He was taking the Natchez, Mississippi. He was taking it from the Gambia River onto a slave ship, Africa. Onto the slave ship, Africa. Let me see if I can find that document. Mississippi. A Muslim prince in Western African country in Mali. Grew up in Timbuktu. His father, Ibrahim Asuri, and he had a Moorish wife. Let's see. Oh, you call me Uncle Ruckus. That don't hurt my feelings. You don't even know who Uncle Ruckus is. What are you talking about? I can't anymore. Haha. You don't even know American history. Like y'all say we come from these people. Y'all can't even name what year they got here. Y'all can't even name y'all can't even name y'all oldest ancestors. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? You don't even know American history yet. Well, yeah, anybody can speak now.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Why don't you just go get blood quantum done?
What is blood quantum? What is that supposed? Who made up blood quantum?
Bro, are you special?
Well, who made up blood quantum?
You don't know what that is.
I know
Just
who made it.
Go get
Who
your
made
blood
it up?
quantum done.
Who made blood quantum? Please tell me.
Let's go.
The same people that made the one drop black blood rule.
Hey, how you doing, Cassie? I see Cassie just slid through here. Why everybody up so late? You think the blood quantum is a test? Like what?
The same people made the one drop blood quantum rule. What they don't go after now. Oh, you got one drop black blood rule. Now you got one drop Native American. Oh, you not Native American, you got one drop. Motherfucker, that one drop trace you back to your heritage, your ancestry, and it's the oldest heritage. Tell me that whitewash, they be lying like a motherfucker.
I was about to say, yeah, exactly, Eddie. Like, yeah, DNA tests, blood quantums, that's better than know your family. That's better than knowing your family, right?
I'm over these jokers, they changing, you pay attention, they changing mountains, they talking about some, oh yeah, it's a slur word. No, Native American, if you look up Native American slurs, all you got under there is cherry and berry and bush and they trying to strip the N word from the Native American. I'm watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, what?
Yeah, let's go. American. What's up, C3
Okay, and
Mommy?
what's this about this one drop shit? Because are you talking about the one drop black thing?
Yeah, you know what y'all was going by.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Now you're acting stupid.
no, because my
What
my
are you talking
grandmother,
about?
she
One
had,
drop,
she had to use the same bathroom as y'all.
What does that even mean?
What the fuck? This motherfucker, he talking. See, when you get him in the corner, they start talking stupid.
That ain't talking stupid because you're
What are you
saying the
talking
one
about then?
drop rules.
The one drop black blood rule, they used to go by the blood quantum.
Yeah, my grandmother's Sicilian.
Okay, so now the one drop Native
Your
American
grandma's
blood.
Sicilian.
Hold on.
Okay.
So why the same rules don't apply to the one drop Native American DNA?
Last time I checked, it did because it was black and brown. It wasn't just black that had segregation.
No, racism.
No,
Racist.
I think you need to read a history book.
Hey,
Oh,
for
I
real,
did.
man.
So
I did.
Sicilians are brown now.
Hey, definitely though. Like
What do you
Native
mean? You
Americans, they were
think
seen
Mexicans
just
didn't
like
have to
black
use the
people were.
fucking colored bathroom?
Where were the Mexicans at?
Oh my god.
Tell me a state. They weren't marching with my grandma. My grandma was born during that time.
Oh, you think that segregation
alive.
didn't apply
Yeah.
to brown people too?
My grandma was alive during the Jim Crow era.
If you was browner than a brown paper bag, you had to get back, bro. Who are you talking to?
Bro,
Your
y'all
people
need
went
to-
in that line. Your people. Okay, tell me what church your people went to.
Which one?
What church your people went to?
The Catholics or the other ones?
Wow. What church did your people go to, brother?
It's in Sicily. I don't fucking know.
So you're not even from America.
Half of my family is, half isn't.
Okay, so we talking about America. We
Okay,
talking
yeah.
about right here in America, brother.
Nah, yeah, you say half your family. What's the other half of your family?
What does church have to do with this?
No, if you hey son,
You need to read
hey
the
son,
history book.
God damn.
if you're Italian, you most likely were Roman Catholic. But the fact that you don't want to fucking answer the questions, you're being evasive.
What do you
Period.
mean?
Man,
What
but
No,
does
you're
you
being
Wabo
invasive.
live.
with this?
Hold on, 1 second. You got it. Ew, this mic is disgusting. Yeah, Milo, you're in the Wabo live talking about you don't get Wabo's attention. Are you self-aware at all? You're in the Wabo live complaining about giving Wabo's attention, right? Yeah. That's the difference.
Okay, so you do understand that there was the Aztecas, the Mayans, and there used to not be a borderline, so it was called the Mexica, right? You
What they
understand
got-
that, right?
What they got to do with the U.S.?
So when you take that into consideration, what the fuck in your mind thinks that black people were Native Americans?
Can you name 10 tribes
think-
east of the Miss? Hold on 1
I
second.
think it, I think it was more like a cross, bro.
No,
Like,
1 second.
hey,
Hold on. I
No, go ahead,
got
go ahead.
a question.
All right.
Name 10 tribes east of the Mississippi.
Oh my god. There's fucking Osage, there's Cree, there's
They're not-
Cherokee, there's Choctaw, there's fucking all kinds of shit, bro.
Those
What do you
states
mean?
aren't east of the Mississippi.
Are you sure?
No. All right, name 10. That wasn't 10.
Crees came from up north, bro.
Yeah, the Crees came from east. I say east of the Mississippi River. East.
Oh my
10 tribes
God.
east.
You know, I don't really
You
have
need to
to
read the
sit
history
here.
book.
Hey, I'm for real Native American. I know where Crees came from. They came from up north.
All right, what tribe are you?
I'm
Okay.
Cheyenne and Arapaho.
Cheyenne and
I'm
Arapaho. Can you name 5 tribes in Virginia?
5 tribes
I'm
in
not-
Virginia? No, I'm not from that area, so no.
Why
Alright,
the
cool.
fuck would, yeah, exactly.
How far
Because I'm from these areas. That's why.
how far
Hey,
can you trace
if
your
you talk
people
about
back?
Oklahoma, then I can name 5 tribes.
All right, cool.
How far
from
can you trace
Southwest
your people
Missouri.
back?
Hold on. No, hold on, OG. I was like, yeah, can you name five tribes in Virginia? No, you can't. All right. Can you name 5 tribes in North Carolina? Crickets? No. Oh, you a brave boy? Oh, buddy, Jesse's a brave boy. Man, they go back far. They're Indians. They go
So I'm
back to-
asking them, how far can you trace your family back?
Mm.
How far can you trace your family back?
Who, me?
Anybody? You?
Shit, like 1790 something.
I'm going back to 1470. Here, right here. No, not in Italy, not in Sweden. Right here in America.
Italy. No, I'm not from. My family's not from Italy.
No, I'm just saying, period. Somebody said their family's from Italy. I could trace my family back to 1470 here before the European or the African came here. On both sides, my grandmother's side and my grandfather's side. And the slaves that was in my family were Indians. They would fight. They was fighting. I got captains, which they didn't go nowhere. They just went up and down the coast. They just went up and down the coast. They ain't never leave. See, you have DNA, you have documents. And people don't have their documents, and what you know what I mean? You have to know who your family is. You have to do the research, so you can't say, "Oh, I just feel like it." A lot of people in their feelings, you in your feelings, somebody that told you something, but you never did your research. But then they get mad at somebody else for doing their research. Oh, you lying? You lying? Oh. Okay.
Oh, somebody asked me to name 10 West African tribes. I got you. Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, Wolof. You got the Ga, you got the Akan, you got the Ashanti. What that's 8 right there? You got the Lebo, you got the Limba. There, 10. I named 10.
Okay, here's my thing, bro. Here's my thing. Darvin.
Uh-huh.
So
I could trace my family back to this jewel right here.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
What am I looking at right now?
That's that royal line. Dude, you read the history book. Ain't that what you told me? Shit bites in the ass. Shit come back bites in the ass.
Bro, what the fuck? When did we get on this?
On what? History? Our history as who we are as a people? What do you mean? When did we get on this? The truth.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Susan?
I'm all right.
Anyways,
you in
as
the
I was
Matrix.
saying, Darvin, go up to somebody
Sorry.
that's a Serrano, a Northerner, or 18th Street and tell them that you're Native American and they're not, or they're not of Native American descent.
What did I say?
Please tell me how that goes.
When did I say they were? Hold on. I'm not a Native American. They can be Native all they fucking want.
Hey, my
That's
thing
the
is,
difference.
hey, if you ain't really practicing Native American culture like that, like
Tell me
are
what
you,
Native
like,
American culture is. Name
you know
5
what I
things
mean?
that.
Native
Name
American
me
culture.
5.
Like,
Yeah,
hey,
name me 5 things.
I go through
I feel
sweats. I
like
go
the
through
Native
Sundance, it's like, I
Americans
know
promoted
all
now are
about Native American
whitewashed.
culture.
Yeah, I was name me 5. Name me 5 Native American cultural practices.
What's up with this like naming
5.
stuff?
Name me. Yeah, name me 5. Tell me what I do. Tell me what Native culture I need to learn. Name
I'm
me 5
literally
things.
Native American.
What
My
Native
dad
American are
was
you?
raised
That's the
on
question.
a.
Yeah, we still do it. We still
I know,
practice
but
our culture.
what Native American culture are you though?
Indian culture. I practice Algonquin culture. How about that? The
Okay.
powwows y'all that y'all be having, that's my people shit.
Oh, what?
So that makes you Native American.
Hold on.
So that makes you
Powwow.
Native
Hold on.
American.
Where does powwow come from? Where does powwow come from?
No, that what I'm asking you. Do you know what powwow even means?
Yeah. We know what it means, priest.
Okay, but what proof do you have, Joshua, that he isn't Native American?
No, I'm not saying that he ain't. I'm just asking, do you actually?
Why you can't even name me 5 practices? You can't even name me 5 practices. You want to question me? Name me 5 practices right now.
Hey, you talking to a real Native American?
Yeah,
That's
name me
what I'm
5. Name me 5 practices right now.
5 practices.
Real Native American. Name me 5 practices your people do. Name me five. Name me five
I can
inventions.
tell you 5 practices I do, and I'm Native American, and I never
Darvin,
even
my left nut is more Native
I
American.
never even
Man,
was able to be taught what I needed to know.
I can tell you one. I can tell you one.
How we got all these real native. Hold up, my bad, Susan, not you. To exclude you, we got 2 real natives up here, and none of them can tell me their culture.
I don't know, but I could tell them one practice that my people ain't never stopped practicing.
I just asked for 5.
WAR.
Hold on 1 second. Name me 5 cultural things that you practice, Mr. Native American.
Mr.
Why
Native
don't you
American.
just tell us
That's
the 5
crazy
you
that
want
you
us to
even
know?
talk like that. For real though.
Mr. Native,
That's crazy.
name me 5. Name me 5. I'm asking, why can't the Native Americans answer?
Why can't the Native Americans answer? For real though.
Yeah, name me 5 cultural things that you practice.
Oh my God, bro. All right, so for one, hey, we sweat. We sweat. Do you even know what a sweat is?
Tell me.
Almost all Native Americans know what a sweat is. Do you know what a sweat is?
Everybody
don't do that. Everybody
Almost
don't do
all
that.
Native Americans.
How are
know.
you guys uploading pictures? I'm trying to show you guys something.
You gotta,
I'm asking you like a legitimate
A
question.
sweat lodge.
Do you
Like,
know what a sweat?
everybody doesn't do a sweat lodge. Like, what are we talking about?
Okay.
All right,
So
your people.
do you know what fasting is?
Spiritual
Yeah,
attachment.
fast.
You guys
Everybody.
are lost.
Hold on. Everybody fasts. What are you talking about?
So if you're talking about, you know what a fasting is. So you know what a Sundance is though, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So on a typical Sundance, how many days do you fast? Since you know so much.
Since I know so much.
Without typing on your computer.
Without typing on my fuse, a few days.
A few days. What's a few days? What's
3
a few days? You should know, right?
You should know. Yeah. I'm asking about your tribe. Tell me about your tribe, Joshua.
My tribe. I am telling you about my tribe.
What tribe? What language
I'm
your
asking you
people? What
questions
language?
about my tribe, which every tribe
The
should know.
current Native Americans that are promoted are whitewashed. They are not. They're not the real Aboriginals.
Hold on 1 second. I'm Algonquin, Joshua. I'm Algonquin. I can tell you what the Powhatan practice. I can tell you what they practice, and it wasn't what you was practicing. So now, tell me 5 things about your tribe. I can tell you what the Powhatans use crystals. They hunted turkey. Oh, they painted their ceremony. Their ceremony paints was red and black. Joshua, huh? You want me to keep going?
It's a spiritual. It's a spiritual connection.
For sure. And then they had crystals. They praised like how Black people praise in church today. They would catch the Holy Spirit when they were doing their ceremonies. That's 4 things. Oh. You want me to keep going, Joshua? They also practice polygamy, right? They were matrilineal. That's 6 things. When they got married, the kids went with their mother's family. The husband had to go with his wife's family, Joshua, when they got married. Their mother's brother, their uncle, was their social father, Joshua. How many things I just named? Oh yeah, they would shave the side of their head too, Joshua. They would shave the side of their hair to look like how you know that Rihanna hairstyle when she chopped half her side off, right? I just named 10 cultural practices. And you could have even named me fucking 5? Right. So what are we talking about? Y'all go to powwows, that's Algonquin shit. Y'all turned that shit into a festival. It means priest. Like we don't study. Come on, boy. We've been living this shit. Every cookout we go to, every family reunion, that's a powwow. Barbecuing. Unmute you.
Cornbread. Grits.
Cornbread. Like cornbread. We got corn. What we be eating, Av? We got cornbread.
Hey, you know what's ironic, right? If you research the earliest Thanksgiving, they tell you what those people was eating cornbread, right? And so many natives will get up here and tell you we don't eat no cornbread. But the historical record said that the American Indians were eating cornbread. So why y'all don't eat it if y'all Indians?
I come from the people that called themselves people in the hominy, chick hominy. People in the hominy grits.
Hush puppies.
Come on, man.
I don't know, Gunna. Most of y'all people claim y'all eat fry bread. And that's far away from cornbread.
Oh, y'all eat grits. We eat grits over here. What? We eat the fish that we catch over here. You got cranberry sauce from the Northeast.
Hey, Darvin, we letting them people that want to
become cornmeal.
We letting them in.
Oh no, what people? Let me see who's in the. Oh, I was looking at it.
It was somebody else. In the Eddie board, it was another person, but I don't see their name no more.
I'm from Southwest
Mexico. We make tortillas out of corn and a bunch of other things. So,
where your cornbread at? What's your cornbread recipe?
Now we make tortillas, bro.
We make tortillas.
And tamales.
It's tamales. Cool. We eat cornbread over here.
Tastes like damn water. Tastes like motherfucking water. It don't taste like shit. Tastes like water.
You know what? I just be listening to a lot of people because a lot of people don't really know Apache the Rapper was my brother. Like, yo, we was really out here. Like,
that's not true,
my big brother. That's my big brother.
I can tell by the way you talk, it's not you, bro.
Huh?
You sound like a West African, bro.
That's cool.
West African sound like.
No, but it's cool.
He's
but it's cool. It's cool though. South Mountain Reservation. Last time we had something to do, we came out of here crazy. Where is Mars? It's all right though. I'm loving it.
Are you like Earth Speaks fucking cousin, fool?
Nah,
I ain't never heard of West African that sound like that.
Not at all. Not at all, brother.
Oh yeah, I just look like pouching ain't even do like that sweat lodge shit. That's in the plains, dude. With that sweat lodge shit. No, I knew everybody didn't do it because it would have been recorded if the pouching did it.
Last time we came down the hill, it was at least about 4 hours.
Can I? Hello, you guys. Can I ask him a question? Him a question? Where's West Africa? He just did. The guy is the guy still here? The guy that said he sounds West African. Where's West African and what's their culture?
You asking me or who are you asking?
Whoever just said he sounded West African. Where's West African?
I don't know much about West African culture.
So how do you know what West Africans sound like?
Because
I've been to certain parts of West Africa. He doesn't sound West African at all. So I want you to tell me where's West Africa? What part of West Africa is in?
Senegal? I don't know. Fucking Angola.
Hey, bro, you know what the Indian King Mark is? The seal.
You guys are just such liars. I'm gonna drop down. He talking about he sound West African and can't even name where West Africa is.
Anybody ever heard of
Senegal?
Senegal. Where
how long response
you just said he sounds West African. He doesn't sound anything about West African. I've been to certain parts of West Africa. I know what those people sound like. He doesn't look like them or sound like them.
It does. That's all right. Do anybody know? Do anybody know?
But you guys will come up here looking like a whole Chinese, a whole Asian person, but everybody else look African. You don't look Asian, but everybody else look African.
Come on with the evil spirit. Put the spirits down. Stop dealing with your feelings right now. I'm asking a question. I need to know.
I'm just so sick.
I need intelligence right now.
You guys think that when you say that we look African, wait. You guys say that we look like African. You're not doing anything but down talking African people. You're not down talking us.
We hiking.
There's nothing wrong with being African, sir. Wait. There's nothing wrong with being African. You think that's a derogatory term when you guys say that?
I don't need you, sis. Please, not right now. I'll be trying to just talk.
Okay, I'll drop down.
You ain't got to drop down. She can speak how, man. She can speak however she want to speak. This ain't your shit. Yeah, she had a concern that she wanted to express. Let her express her shit.
They don't know nothing about no Africa. They can't even tell you where Africa. They don't know anything about Africa. They look like a whole Asian. They speak Asian languages, but they'll come. We don't sound anything like Africans. Our food is not African. Our culture is not African. Everything about you people is Asian culture. But you guys will come up here and swear
like China,
we look African.
East Asia, South Asian. Asia's a big place.
And Africa is too, sir. Africa is a very big place. Africa is bigger than Asia.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Look it up.
Yes, it is. You just couldn't even tell me what part of West Africa you say he looks like. When I'm telling you, I've been to West Africa and he sounds and looks nothing like those people. As a matter of fact, sir, when I travel outside of the country, you know what they call me? Do you know what they call me? When I go to African countries, wait a second. When I've been to Malaysia, when I've been to China, when I've been to Sierra Leone, you know what they call me, sir? American.
Yeah, that's your nationality.
Yeah, exactly. They call me American.
You know the difference.
No, you know the difference because I don't look African. I don't act African.
This premise that you're an
wrong
African,
with being African. So stop saying that we're African. You guys use that loosely because you think it's a derogatory term. You look at those people as a lower group of people.
I never known the word.
It's not a down talk. It's not a downgrade. You look like a whole dang Chinaman.
I look like a Chinaman. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, most of you guys do because you're Asian descent. Siberian.
Oh shit! No, I'm not Mayan descent.
Ain't your dad's conquistador?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not.
Yeah. I know. We know you're half and half.
Yeah, I acknowledge that. I mean, I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah, you half and half. You got that conquistador blood, Ottoman Turk blood running all up through you.
Some shit like that.
Their music, everything about these people, everything about them. And they have the audacity. We don't talk like Africans. We don't look like we might have similarities. But even when I travel to outside of the country, to Africa, to West Indies, when I've even been to Mexico, Panama,
when you're in Mexico,
they never call me African, never. And I seen the indigenous people there with my own eyes.
Well, can I ask the dude a question?
Go ahead.
So if we're from Africa, okay, where in Africa can you find the average Black American genome? Like where at?
West Africa.
You said where?
West Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa, West Africa.
So wait, this man just said in Sub-Saharan Africa, he can find a genome that is 70% West African, 20% European, and 1 to 5% Native American. You can find that genome somewhere in Sub-Saharan Africa. Where?
Well, I didn't know your exact numbers.
So then how you know you can find it? How could you just answer that question then? Why would you just answer a question without knowing it?
The large portion of your DNA comes from
Sub-Saharan. Yeah, but nobody's made of a large portion of their DNA. You need all of a genome to make someone, not 75%, you need 100%. So where can you find our genome in America, in Africa?
Here in America, because of the colonizers that came and the people that
were
here.
Okay, stop. Wait, we're getting somewhere. So you can only find it in America because it was created in America, right?
Yes,
as a result of the transatlantic slave trade, that is true.
But culture that came, you guys were one culture, and you guys came riding with another culture, the European culture, and the culture that was already here.
That's not true either. See, he doesn't understand how these things work. So a person, he doesn't understand how diverse Africa is. He thinks Africa just
you don't understand.
So a person, excuse me,
call me
the Scopa. So a person who is in Senegal is more genetically distinct to a person in Nigeria than they are to anybody else in the world. So there isn't one culture from Africa. That's not how that works.
I'm aware of that.
Let me finish. What the brother said, Daryl, talking in circles.
Mira.
Did the Brits just come up in here? Talking
yeah, man. You Americans is lost, brother.
Man, what tribe you from, Bath?
You guys are lost, brother.
What
I'm
tribe
from the
you
Kingdom
from?
of Congo. You guys are lost.
The Kingdom of Congo. You from the Kingdom of Congo? Why you in Brit, sir? Why are you in England, sir?
I can talk like you guys if you want me to talk like you guys.
Why you?
This sounds gayer, bro.
Talk American.
He just started sounding gayer.
What tribe are you in from the Congo?
I could be from Texas if you want me to be from Texas.
Like what tribe? Hold on, what tribe are you? Hey, Bab, what tribe are you from in Congo?
I'm from the Manyanga tribe.
Oh yeah, when did you get to England?
Now I've been in England all my life, but I know where I'm from.
When your parents get to England?
Huh?
When your parents get to England?
Yeah, they come to England like the 90s.
The 90s? Why aren't you in Congo? Why aren't you?
Hold on.
I'm
gonna talk like this.
Hey, Bav, why aren't you in the Congo right now? Huh? Why aren't you in Congo right now, Bav?
What'd you say?
Why aren't you in the Congo right now?
Why am I in the Congo? What kind of question is that?
Why aren't you in the Congo right now?
I'm gonna be there in the summer.
When you gonna go back and live there?
Man, I can go back and forth. I'm not bound to the UK.
What?
He's stuttering.
I ain't bound to the UK. You think I'm bound to the UK?
Yes,
I've been in Dubai. I've been in New York. I've been in Southeast Asia. I've been in Africa. I don't stay in America.
Hold on. You bound to everywhere but the Congo.
No. I said I'm gonna be there in the summer. I'm gonna be there in the summer. I'm not bound to any country. Listen, my brother.
Can I say something?
You know. I heard that in America the black boys read at like a 5th grade average.
Can I say? I just want to say
Congo, that's genocide, bro.
Sir, can I say something? I'm gonna do that. Peace. Hold on. Peace, darling.
What's up?
It's probably not a good idea, brother, right? It's probably not a good idea to have your face on like your profile and stuff, and you talking all that trash about original Americans. You talking about you been in New York and Cali, wherever you've been, right? Trust me, we got charcoal and propane tanks, bro. We want all the smoke. Be careful.
Are you inciting violence?
We ain't excited enough.
We know you want the smoke. We know you want the smoke, girl.
Hold on,
we know you want the smoke.
Hold on, dude. Eddie, what you mean?
We ain't excited enough.
Did you ask me? Was I doing what?
Don't incite violence.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. You know, Americans are the
I'm not talking to you. I mean,
drop some fruits in the chat. Drop some fruits in the chat. Drop some fruits in the chat.
Don't open doors you can't close.
Eddie.
Drop some fruits in the chat, y'all.
Are you a police?
I'm from California, where we
mean right. What we say. So why would you ask me that? And don't tell me what to do, bro. I'm just telling him. I'm actually helping him out. Obviously, you don't understand the lingo, so don't talk to me, right?
Don't fucking open doors you can't close.
First of all, watch your mouth because this is the reason why I know y'all come up on these panels is because this internet saved y'all because y'all really not tough in real life. You're really not. You won't even regurgitate the stuff that's coming out your mouth.
We're so big and tough.
Dude, you steady talking about you sit up here flossing Africa, right? You
talk that tough shit to China, Miss America.
You flossing Africa. You need to talk stuff to China. Ain't
China.
they all?
Wait, yo.
Hold on. Let me just say this, bro. My bad. You talking about Congo, right? Don't y'all be letting them little CH.
Don't you know y'all black?
Stop over talking me, dude. Don't y'all let them CHILD, right? Pick up all that cobalt and coltan and all that, right? Then y'all men hand it right to the Asians. Bro, you need hands and feet. Hands and feet is what you need. I'm gonna need you to calm yourself down. And
didn't your great grandmother put on the bus? Taken on the ship all the way to where you are now, and 500 years later you forgot about it.
Like not yourself something else. Not even relevant.
1 second. Y'all good as hell on a goddamn Friday morning. What is going on?
Why is America so fried?
It's like 3 a.m.
on the East Coast. Reason why Congo is.
Yeah, let me ask this Congolese guy a question.
He needs to be
let me ask him a question, right? So when they evacuated women and children, your father left, Bath. When they evacuated women and children from the war, your father left, bro. That's where you come from, bro. Watch your mouth. You don't sound nothing like your father. You don't sound like your grandpa. You can't go put flowers on your grandfather's grave, nigga. You had to run. Stop playing.
What about me? What are you talking about, Daryl? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you. The Congolese.
What are you talking about putting flowers on people's graves? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you can't do that,
graves. Bro. What are you talking about?
You can't put any flowers in your grandfather's grave right now.
Why not?
What's up, Keo?
Why not?
Because he's buried in the Congo, nigga. You in UK.
So why can't I put flowers on? I can't go there and put flowers
like that.
You guys come put flowers on your grave.
Because I'm so sick of these Africans, man. You guys worry about.
I'm so sick of you. I'm so sick of you poor Africans. I'm so sick of you Africans that got caught and forgot who you were.
Take care of Congo. I want to have a conversation.
Yeah, you niggas got caught, put on them ships and taken to America. You were the caught Africans.
Hold on, one mic. My bad. Yeah, you shut up too bad. Because you're not even in your home country. I ain't trying to hear nothing from fleers. You
got captured, nigga. We never fled. We stayed on the homeland.
Yeah, hold on. One sec. My bad, Af. But nah, Bav, you fled. Your daddy willingly fled in the 1990s. Like, hey, my folks didn't get captured nowhere, but you willingly fled.
I willingly fled. I willingly fled. I was born here. Make it make sense, bro.
Your daddy willingly fled. That's what I'm trying to say. Your daddy fled. You were the descendant of a fleer. How about that? Because your daddy fled.
Daddy, yeah.
Home.
Penitentiary?
No, he's home. He had to flee. My dad ain't flee.
Ain't none about that.
I know one of your daddies is in the penitentiary.
Hey, Barf. You know what? That's so interesting that you mentioned the penitentiary, right? And this is not towards you. I just wanted to say something to everybody. Can we continue to tap the screen, y'all? Can we get to 20K? No hate speech, bullying, harassment, discrimination, or racism. Anybody allowed on this panel, let's just have a little respect, right? It's crazy because aren't majority of the prison guards and bootlegging trustees and warrants, aren't they mostly African, bro?
And let's not talk about the paternity fraud.
I was just talking about the lobby. Yes, they are. Yep, they're Afro-Caribbean.
I got the receipts, bro. My bad. I was gonna say I got the receipts that say that it was a flood of Africans and Nigerians that came right over to Texas because they got 313 prisons. You know what I'm saying? To get hired. Like, that's why when it comes to us being unalived here, we don't see y'all Africans getting done like that. But since y'all label yourselves as YT, oh shoot, y'all create.
What are
y'all
you?
Actually, y'all actually cause the most crimes. Y'all actually cause the most crimes.
Are you an Indian?
And that's crazy. Y'all cause the most crimes. You know what I'm saying? The most crimes. So you know what? I think the biggest problem, everybody, and I'm gonna mute up and let the guys go ahead and chew you out. The biggest problem in America is Africans. Period. And I don't need you interrupting me, dude. Let me land my plane. You don't have no decorum, no. And you know what, Eddie? You already on your shipping boat right back to Spain. So I need you to actually chill out and keep your little tribal card with you, okay?
You Indian? Are you Indian?
Go ahead, Av. I'm sorry.
Don't forget about the fake degrees that they get.
Wait, what you say, guys? Just go ahead. My bad. Go ahead, guys.
Hey, hold on.
Hey, Bab,
can you source up?
I know what receipt is if she's not African.
Hold on.
If you're not African, what are you?
They're from Mars. Some of the shit.
Hey, Bab, can you source up and show us documentation of four of your grandparents? 4 of your great grandparents, since we don't know where we come from and you know where you come from, can you show us documentation and records of your grandparents.
I think you're showing us proof that the reading level of the boys in America is low. Because
that's a deflection. That's what Africans love to do. That's all they do. When you start asking for paperwork, they deflect so quick. That shit be so hilarious. Africans can't stand up to the paperwork conversation because their records suck. Let's keep it real.
Hey, let me put y'all up on game, right?
Let's raise the intellect of the questions,
hold on, y'all. Let me just say this. Let me put y'all up on game. You know how it's so crazy how a lot of these Africans sound like they British? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all the real British. Y'all the descendants of the British, right? Right? You know how they tell the stories like these little
UK blacks don't know.
Can you stop it?
You guys are weird anyway. You guys is weird.
You came up here. Hey, bro. I just want to say this one thing, right?
It's gone.
Okay, I'm gonna say this one thing. The crazy part about it is, you know, when y'all see them stories about the Europeans, how they was throwing pee outside the window and wearing heels and pooping on themselves. Y'all hear me, guys?
I hear you.
Just imagine that it's not the white people they talking about, it's some Africans, bro. They disguising themselves as Africans when they really the British.
Yeah.
Because why do they keep having these, bro? Hey, thank you so much, God, for letting me up here. I want to ask you, why do they keep having these accents?
You already know.
UK.
Europa and Europa are the same thing.
Europa and Europa, right?
Yep, Europa.
Yeah. They think they slick, bro.
And Africa's a Greek goddess.
What you about to say, Av? Yeah.
Wait, Av, say that again. Wait a minute, they didn't hear you.
Yeah, Africa's a Greek goddess.
Yeah. And the Greek, they was over because they got the Greek
It's
Romans.
not even about being indigenous. Joshua, you was quiet for like 10 minutes after I was telling you the Powhatan culture. Yeah, I know it got derailed, but whatever. Go ahead, Av. What were you about to say earlier?
Yeah, so I wanted bro to source up since we don't never know where we come from. I just want to show three great grandparents, and they can never do that. They never got no paperwork. They never got no family trees. Nothing.
Yeah. I ain't trying to hear nothing from Joshua. You could have named 5 native practices. I named you 10 Powhatan practices. That's crazy.
They can't even name 5 the native cuisines.
I wanted to hear from them because they always in your comments throwing these little racist slurs and calling us African. Low key, they're dissing Africans, and then Africans get up here low key dissing the white people because you're talking about them. Y'all, even your insults is just raggedy. Everything about you guys is just raggedy. You don't want to learn about history, American history. You guys when we keep on giving you guys proof, documentation after documentation, you guys will literally get up here and call us African, thinking that you're insulting us when you're doing nothing but assaulting Africans. It is nothing wrong with being African. We're not African.
That's debatable.
Now hold on.
I'm saying for me,
she got a point.
I'm just not African.
She got a point in like the context in which Africans use that. They always use it as a slur. Like they say,
what I'm saying is that from their perspective,
they say you look like an African. You got nappy hair and a big nose. You look like an African. So anybody who they think look unattractive looks like an African.
African, exactly.
Yeah. I can agree with that, but I feel like the reason why they want us to be African so bad is because what else do they got? I think like because we are who we are. Like you don't really realize like looking at other people, like looking from the outside perspective. Because what else had them niggas like think about in the last 20, 30 years? Without Black American influence, what have these niggas done in the world? If anything of importance, of anything, nothing.
You know what they have done? What they have actually did was attach themselves to our history.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm gonna chime in. Like they have done a lot. Like we forgetting about Gaddafi, and then we're forgetting about the whole Hillary Clinton thing. And how
Gaddafi was killed. He was killing a lot of Black Africans.
But still, like it's that amongst their people.
Disclaimers, y'all.
They're fighting disclaimers.
Go ahead, bro. My bad.
Yeah, but they were fighting for something. And at least they were doing something at that time. But we're also forgetting that it's Africans' like goal to disassociate our culture here. Like it's ingrained into them.
No, they
Can I ask you?
Like it's reverse psychology. Go ahead.
They copy everything we do.
Where are you from?
Like African women wouldn't even be wearing lace fronts or none of that. I remember them Ghana braids with them big old bulkiness snatching out edges. I remember them braids.
I'm not trying to. I'm a Black American woman, but at this point, it's bigger than the edges and things like that. I really want to know, like, if you are a Black American and Pan African, I want to know where your voice at in this. They have been terribly disrespectful for a long time, and I want to know why they quiet.
Because they riding along.
No,
with
it's just people confused. Like we all were. Like
no.
a lot of people were confused.
Let her finish.
I'm sorry.
I don't feel no sympathy because they still can't be. They don't have to be disrespectful. Talking about your ancestors were unalived and this and that. Oh, you talking about auntie? I thought we came from y'all, right?
All right.
So none of them could prove. None of them talks about a history to where their people were brought to America, right? None of them could prove that we are attached to a tribe. So what this looks like to me is a big land grab, right? The big smile in your face all the time want to take your place because there's more Africans here than in Africa. So my whole thing is they scam us. I don't trust them. And they're going to get all the smoke because they very disrespectful. We are a peaceful people who actually,
You damn right.
You know what I'm saying? We peaceful people. We basically minding our business, doing our genealogy. We like, dang, I'm not from Africa. And you want to sit up here and talk? Man, hands and feet. Hands and feet is all I'm saying.
Right. So now I want to know
it's their goal.
Why are Pan Africans being so nice to this disrespect? And it's been like that for a long time.
That is
because they're Pan Africans.
I
answered the question.
Hold on, no. It's more than just Pan Africans. They get paid, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's the Africans' goal to disassociate, and if once they disassociate, the Pan Africans ain't nothing but the people. The Pan Africans ain't nothing but the people who are already entwined.
Pan Africans are not. I feel like if Pan African really want to associate and see Pan Africans, they will. I didn't sat on panels. Most Pan Africans, they actually disrespectful to FBA people and natives or whoever, right? As long as they claim any claim to America, they're disrespectful. I sat there, I listened to no, let me finish, please. They be real rude and disrespectful. And do I match that energy? Of course. But let me finish. It's not fair to the people who claim that they're not, but they're not saying anything either. Pan Africans are not saying anything. That's all I'm trying. Like that's crazy to me.
They're not going to say anything.
Why aren't? Why
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Okay. The reason why Pan-Africans aren't going to do or say anything because it goes against their agenda. They are Afrocentric. They are Pan-Africans. Their belief is to enrich Africa, not America. So if you believe that they will ever side with any nationalist views, you're out your mind.
No. See, here's the thing. I also asked Pan-African. I used to also be Pan-African. I bring that up as well. I don't expect them to side, but whether you like it or not, you're going to have to pick a side. You either going to see they're picking the side to be with Africa, right? And that's okay. If you're going to pick the side to be with Africa, then you should stay over there and leave Black Americans and FBA people alone. That's not fair. You know, how you going to flip and flop? I picked the side. I picked my people's side. I pick my ancestors' side. At the end of the day, you don't get to pick those people's side and then talk crazy to Black Americans while you over there. No, you have to pick a side. And then I also asked those people who feel like that's gonna pick that side to be over there with those Africans. Put yourself in a position when it's more of them than you, and it gets quiet. If you're gonna pick that side, I bet you they'll turn on you.
They already picked a side.
Yes, they did.
And they decided it was never with us, because everybody who
never.
And then the crazy part about Pan-Africanism is how is you a part of a system, right, that was started by nobody from Africa? Like, that is the most diabolical.
Hey, you know what? When I figured that out, I was like, excuse me, they didn't even start that. And then when I say, go over there, put your side, I said, drop all that little Pan-African stuff, because you know what? Honestly, you ain't nothing but to be quite honest, to a lot of them, you're an uber boost. You're an ego boost. You're boosting their ego.
Can I say this? I'm gonna drop down because I've been up for a minute, but I really wanted to have a conversation with the so-called Native Americans. I'm from Los Angeles, and there's just a lot of history that these people try to implement themselves in, and the fact that the more we learn about European culture and other people's culture, especially the newer Mexicans, I'm not talking about the indigenous ones, even their music sounds like German music. And then they're always coming up here trying to tell us that we're African. We should be proud to be African, but you will never hear these people claiming they're European and they're Asian, never hear these people ancestral side. Never.
You want to rattle their feathers? Ask them what a true Aztec said.
Yeah, and the newer Mexicans don't look like them. They look more Spaniard. They don't look like them. You don't want to claim your Spaniard side. You only claim that when it benefits you. You don't want to claim your Asian side when your whole history is about you guys migrating over from Asia. But you disrespect your ancestors on your Asian side and your European side, and you got the nerves to come up here and tell us we look African.
That is a lot of them don't.
The nerve, as if that's an insult to us.
And then they try to say
to our ancestors, but you're insulting Africans more, because I low key already know what you guys are doing. You're saying that these people are not attractive. You're saying there's something wrong with being African, and it's just sad. I just never hear these people really talk about their history. Nothing come with proof of anything, and just these Africans, I'm so sick of them. We didn't roasted them, we didn't check them, we didn't everything. I feel like we shouldn't even have a conversation with them anymore. They're so irrelevant. They don't even live here. They're not even from here. I want to have a conversation with the so-called Native Americans.
Oh, they're not gonna pop up. They not. I tried it. They are actually super racist.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they so and their comebacks are just so weak. But y'all be quick to comment on people's pages and everything. Comment on people, but y'all will never come up here. You will never cross fact any information that we give you guys. You can never debunk what we say.
They are just, and they have always been like that. And I'm someone that has ancestry. Like, excuse me. And it's like we stopped going Because I were right.
Wait a second. Someone said Africans have never done anything for Black Americans. And what have Black Americans done for Africans? What are we supposed to do for Africans?
That's a lie because I remember donating a bunch of money to Africa when they said that they needed all the money, all those programs that America had for African kids, African children, Feed Africa. I mean, we done so much, spent so much money on Africa, and all of it was wasted. We was just, all that money was just going into white people's hands, and Africans were helping them. They weren't even feeding their own people with the donations.
I think he's saying that neither one of us have ever done anything for one another, which it is not. That's not true. But people who literally hold their own people, and they're still doing it to this very day.
We created a platform for them to come and make money.
Africans?
I mean, how many African homes to build up their country, build up their communities? I mean, we have Akon, but Akon was just one in the.
They talking about finding him.
So
because he didn't even finish up his community. Africa is talking about finding him.
So they will come over here and they will obtain all of our knowledge and resources just like the Asians did, and then fail or try to build up their own countries, either do it or they fail, and then call us like less than. But every nation came here. That's why we owe nobody nothing. We're the land of intellect. We're the land of college, the land of schools.
You want to know why? Because I just want to know why. Because
I just want to, but I mean, I don't know if that have done anything, which that's not true. Even our civil rights leaders have done enormous things. Even to this day, Democrats fend for all different kind of immigrants, and that's Democrats fend for all different kind of immigrants, and that's including Africans. But the bottom line is that I don't understand. Africans have they ever, these so-called slaves that they sold into North America, don't ever try to go find their people or do anything to bring their people home? If they had so much, what have Africa done for the so-called people that that was captured and brought over to America? What have they done to, if we're their so-called people, why haven't they came over here and gotten us? I just don't understand it. It's just like they'll get up here, they'll mock us, they'll call us liars when we already know who we are. If you say you're African or you're affiliated with African descent, I have no problem. I don't even have problems with anyone. I just don't like people trying to discard my genealogy and who I am and who my people say we are.
And you know when they do that, because they try that with me. I say, are you judging me because of God of my sin? Because that's what you're giving. I said, would you call Elon Musk an African American? I said, don't y'all have a problem with that?
It's just the weirdest thing. It's just the weirdest thing to me. They will get up here and insert themselves in conversations that don't have anything to do with them. You guys really need to focus on the continent of Africa, and these so-called Native Americans, they don't like you, just like they don't like us. And you just need to stay out of our conversation. This has nothing to do with you, you friendly African people. Nothing. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna drop down with that, you guys. Have a nice evening.
You too. But I was gonna say one thing that always boggled me, even if I did have African ancestry, I still wouldn't want to claim you because you saw the ancestors. That will still mean you sold my people. Why would I still want to claim you? But you don't want me to claim white tea people. But I gotta claim you? No, y'all on the same boat to me. We were all on a boat. Y'all on the same boat. The disconnect is one those people, and you know, and I speak also that some Black Americans do have African ancestry. That's not all of us. They just refuse to understand, just like how they talking stuff about the people of Louisiana. I don't know nothing about that. I didn't even know that was happening. Oh no, that's just my little 2 cents on it. Like, what do you mean? You want them to stop? And I even seen so many when it first happened. I seen so many Creole people saying, "Hey, if you have a problem with that, do this, do that," and I'm like, they just don't like us, y'all. You're American. Weird. That's all I had to say. There is no way. There is no way to prove that you don't have. There is.
Right. All right. Seems like everyone disappeared. So I'm gonna hop off here, y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through. I'm about to go get some sleep.
All right. Same here.
Peace. Peace. Peace.